We're starting?
Shh, it's about to start.
You never have any kind of follow-up to that.
You guys are supposed to follow up.
But you're the host.
Got the nachos?
No, I'm not the host.
You don't give us. You don't give us anything. The monkey show has like bull shark porcupine. I don't know what. And like that's like a setup to a gag, right?
No, but
this
like,
is just like.
It's
about to start.
We're not. See,
okay,
I'm not,
no, I guess no. That's a good setup.
I'm not the leader.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the leader of this podcast. This is a team effort.
I got the nachos.
This is on the Ryan Ribbit stream. Steam.
Well, I guess we're skipping the bit. Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan. This is our podcast. Ready to start the podcast. This is our fourth funny episode, filled to the brim with lots of gags. I'm Ryan. I'm one of the hosts. Who else is here?
I'm Tick.
I'm Talk.
Like a clock.
I'm gonna freaking.
I would say hashtag Seepskin in the chat.
I'm the
Rosa.
skin of Seep. I'm the skin of Seep. I'm back for another episode of the Popcorn Podcast.
Hi, I'm Rosa.
Hi, Rosa, my beloved wife. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm holding in nachos.
And we have
You're lacking cheese.
we have a guest here. Who's our guest?
Yeah, there's 4 entities on screen.
Hello.
Hello?
I'm Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
Eddie? Oh, Maddie.
Eddie.
We didn't get Eddie the mean old Yeti. Sorry, yeah. Before the show started, I shot a DM to Eddie the mean old Yeti's way, but he doesn't have a computer. He's like, Eddie have no computer, and then he ate a banana. So I got Maddie next. You know, she was next. I felt like the obvious evolution.
Thank you. I wanted to be compared to Eddie. Thank you.
All right, welcome to our very special.
Go for snow cone?
Welcome to our very special podcast, where I don't know what happens here half the time. You know, everything's a blur to me. I get in, Rosa and Seep start kicking me, and then I leave.
Everything's upside down and it makes no sense to me.
All right,
you exist.
I think so. I think this is kind of a special podcast. You know, this episode's kind of a little special because this week the 4 of us and a few of our friends, we watched the hit movie Space Chimps 2.
I hope you're ready, Space Cadets.
And
sure did watched it.
let me tell you, there is no film that feels more like a TV pilot as a movie than Space Chimps 2. So you know, like in Jimmy Neutron, like when they go outside and the landscape there is mostly like empty. That's Space Chimps 2, but it's like a theatrical. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, should we give our thoughts on Space Chimps 1 first? Before we get into like Space Chimps 2?
Seems fair.
Alright,
Yeah.
You know, Space Chimps 2 is like, you know those scenes in like the trailers, like the background music in the trailers stop and like the characters say a joke and then like the girl character in the cast, it cuts to her going, really? That's every joke in Space Chimps. Every joke in Space Chimps is made for like a movie trailer. They can pause the trailer so like the girl can go, really?
Puts my hands on my hip.
Is that what Space Jumps was like?
Yeah, dude, how could you? We made like 40 jokes about like every joke being like a trailer joke. Remember?
No, wait.
Do you not remember?
That was the one with that ended with Andy giving all the chimps away. That was a really good movie.
What?
At the end, and then Ham was like, "So long, partner."
What the hell? Oh my god! It took me like a minute to like figure out what you meant by that. I think we lost like 10 viewers right as you made that joke.
Sure.
Oh,
Great job. You've really embarrassed me tonight in front of you've tried to make fucking Space Chimps 2 into Toy Story 3.
I really don't remember much about Space Chimps. I remember like how I felt about it. Like I think it was a very like when it was over, it sort of felt like, oh, that was it. You know?
Uh-huh.
Am I right? Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Am I valid?
I mean, like, did you just watch the trailers? That's basically the whole movie.
Yeah. Space Chimps 2 was even worse. It's like that, but like worse. It feels even less
It
prominent.
felt like an ongoing pilot.
Yeah, I described Space Chimps 2 as like It feels like a pilot they would have put on Nickelodeon for like the first 4 episodes of like a Space Chimps cartoon they were gonna do. And like, it feels like 4 separate episodes they just combined together as like a pilot. And of course, Zartog, the main villain, uses a Wii remote to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The movie is just Zartog. Zartog. It's called Zartog Strikes Back. Do we have to explain everything?
Yeah.
I don't feel like.
I want to do like a nostalgia critic review right now. You know, like I want to cut to like bits and like me and Rose will be like just like the scientists, and then you come in just like Zartog, do like your Doug Walker Zartog voice.
This is Space Chimps 2.
Zartog.
So it's
The
like-
clipless review. People love the clipless reviews of Space Chimps. I do.
There's something I want to point out about the second movie.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you notice a weird romantic tension between Titan and Zartog?
Can you please? Okay, so let me explain who Titan and Zartog are.
Yeah, explain the whole movie. Explain like the backstory behind like why they like created it. Like what? Like okay. First things first. Space chimps. What are these chimps doing in space? Who got this idea?
Yeah, are you?
What is the historical significance?
Are you asking me to like write a college essay on Space Chimps too?
Well, I just want people to understand what this. So it's like a movie about these chimps that are getting sent into space, and it stars Ham. The first Space Chimps stars Ham the Third, who is a descendant of the real life chimp who they sent into space in like the '60s when like space travel, like the space race, you know. So he's like a descendant of this chimp, and he lives at a circus, right? That's the thing. It's like Chicken Run, or he's like a circus animal, and I guess that's where it ends. That's where the comparison ends.
Yeah, great comparison. Great job, champ.
Wait, am I over explaining this?
You're kind of. I feel like you're really over explaining the plot of Space
You're turning
Chimps.
it into a thesis.
I don't know how to explain this. I don't know, like, what is the most interesting way we could
Here, do you want
give people enough context to talk about this?
Lucina Fetus.
You want me to explain Space
Oh, yeah.
Chimps? Do you want me to explain Space Chimps?
Okay, let's left to right. Everyone explain their version of Space Chimps.
All right, I'll go first. Monkeys go into space. All right, you next, Rose.
So, like, there's Ham. He's from the circus. He's thrown into space, and then they meet a fetus and then come back.
Yeah, you know, we don't need to do anymore. I think Rosa kind of hit on the nail. That's exactly the movie.
Look, we can't just say that they made a fetus, though. We can't just say that. Do we have like pictures ready? Do we have graphics ready for the
Sorry.
Okay,
viewers?
so they meet a fetus, and then
Can we
they
get-
meet like an uglier fetus, and then came back.
Let me get a picture of fucking.
That's not at all what happened. Please put a
Okay.
picture of We need to get a picture of Kilowatt, Zartog, Ham, Titan, the girl,
You're asking way too much. I'll get the picture of
the
Kilowatt.
scientist, the funny scientist that felt like nostalgia critic side characters.
The
Can we get
G-Man.
those?
Don't forget the G-Man.
Yes.
Oh my god! Let me get. I'll put a
Right.
picture. I'll put a picture of
Right.
Kilowatt.
Actual trailer.
Here we go.
Can you hear my Kirby fan?
Oh my god! You're turning into a robot.
Oh god.
Oh no, it's just in the handkerchief.
No. I was asking if you could hear my fan. Like I have like a Kirby fan.
Oh my god.
Sounds like you were getting
So-
sent to space.
There we go. I put a picture. Okay, let me explain who Kilowatt is. Kilowatt is a little fetus. The two monkeys, the boy monkey and girl monkey, meet. The third gender is
They're chimps.
the gender is Tank. There's girl monkey, boy monkey, and Tank. Girl monkey and boy monkey meet Fetus, and Fetus's whole thing is when she gets scared, she goes ah, and then she glows. So her arc in the first movie is she has to stop being scared so she can help the other two space chimps, and she returns in the sequel. And she's in the sequel. So in the first movie, there's a character who's like a baby kid monkey. He's like the little kid monkey. And the sequel acts as if these two characters have met before when they never met, and the movie wants you desperately to ship the monkey and the fetus.
They never explain how they can
first
communicate
one?
either.
Yeah, Comet's in the first one. He stays at the base with Old Man Monkey, who goes,
There's
I picked a bad
no way you
time.
remember that. You looked that up. You
No,
looked that up just now.
No. I
Also,
remember.
like, also they apparently do the thing that Kingdom Hearts does, where like if you share this fruit with someone special, you'll be
What?
together forever. Like in Kingdom Hearts, there's like the star fruit or Papa fruit that if you break apart and share it with someone, you'll be destined to be together forever.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing in Space Chimps too.
What did they do that with? I don't remember that.
You know, the fetus and Comet.
What did they? Oh yeah, they ate the fruit. Oh right. Okay, yeah. They ate like the fruit of the land, and they're like bound to the earth. Yeah. Okay.
You know, they sort of have like a lot of straight pairings in Space Chimps too, but like they never address like the romantic tension between Zartok and Titan. Because Titan says, "Hey, Zartok, how's it going?"
So I should probably
Would you like
explain this. In the first movie, Zartog gets frozen. Like he falls into like metal cum, and he gets frozen. And they use his frozen state to like get back to Earth by putting him on top of the spaceship to land properly, right? And like as they go back to Earth, he falls off the spaceship and he just floats away and we never see him again. But in Space Chimps 2, they explain he just landed in someone's yard and they use him as like a lawn ornament now. But then Zartog breaks free and he goes to like the space station, which his house is like 5 feet away from. And then Zartog like walks into like the space station and he meets Tank from the last movie, and they both know each other. Tank knows like that Zartog.
That was Titan.
Titan, whatever. Titan knows that Zartog's an evil person.
Titan, you're the tank.
Titan knows that Zartog's like a villain, but he still like just talks to Zartog like he's like a normal like friend he has. Like they just have like a casual conversation.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, what's up? What's up, man? Hey, it's Zartok.
Which like
Did
leads
you hear any of that?
which
He's
leads
like,
leads me to my theory that like Zartog and like Tank has a thing. Titan has a thing for Zartog, and he doesn't want the other chimps to know that he's in love with like the villain from the last movie.
yeah, it's not like wrong. Also, like Titan also is like, hey, why don't you meet me at the jacuzzi later?
Oh yeah, there's that
yeah,
too.
that's not
Yeah.
a joke. That's not a tall tale. Yes, he is voiced by Patrick Warburton, the man who I've never seen say no to a role.
Anyway, so Space Chimps 2, right?
Yeah. So like, we're going to address the fact that like the fetus knows how to counter.
The fetus knows how to what?
Counter.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, and the fetus knows how to counter.
Counter what?
The downbeat counter.
What do you mean by this?
The
Because
fetus
she's
has a
voiced-
You remember? Lucina
Oh.
She's
Fetus?
voiced by Lucina. She's voiced by Laura Bailey.
Yeah, the little fetus from Space Chimps is voiced by Lucina from Fire Emblem, and we made jokes about that for like nearly an hour.
I just recognize her as Oma Chow, or the Sonic Generations.
So back on Space Chimps 2, I was talking about it. It feels.
Come on,
Laugh at that.
Let me go. There's something I want to talk about. Space Chimps 2. It feels like a pilot for like a Space Chimps show that like never got off the ground. It's like there's like 3 sets in the whole movie. There's like 3 places the chimps ever go. There's the house, like the control room they're in for like 40 minutes, and then like the planet they're on for like 30 minutes. Like all the places they ever go, and they're always incredibly empty. So it feels like these were like sets they were going to use for like the eventual Space Chimps show they were going to do. And at the end of the movie, they kill the villain. Like he gets evaporated from existence. But then Ham goes, no, bring him back. He was funny. And they bring him back, which feels extremely like, oh, we need to bring him back when we do the full cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they explain. They need to explain why Zart and can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Roger.
They also had to explain like why Kilowatt would be on like the main cast, so they bring her to Earth. It feels very obviously like a setup for a, which is weird because I don't know. Is there any information on there ever being an idea for a Space Chimps cartoon?
So after we watched the movie, I like searched around for a bit to like figure out if like it was a pilot that got made into a movie, and everything I can gather, it doesn't seem like I can't find any confirmation it was, but it feels incredibly much like it was. Like, also the fact that, like, the main character of the movie is, like, a side character of the show, it feels very, like, Planet Sheeny.
Do not push
Don't.
this
Don't cheese, just like monkeys. Planet Sheen is oh so funky.
I find it interesting. Also, my other favorite thing about this movie is, so, you know Andy Samberg, the hit actor? You know Andy Samberg? So, imagine in your imagine in your head, like, Andy Samberg says he couldn't come back for a sequel. Like, he's like, oh, I'm busy, I can't come back for Space Chimps 2, you should probably replace me. Who in your mind is the first person you would get to, like, and you know, Andy Samberg, like, you know, funny man Andy Samberg, who would you get to replace him?
Michael Cera.
It's Tom Kenny. They get Tom Kenny to replace him, and he doesn't try at all to sound like Andy Samberg, and he just does his fucking Tom Kenny paycheck voice.
The paycheck voice.
Tom Kenny sounds like he does not care at all in this movie. He does not try at all to sound like Andy Samberg. He does not care about this movie whatsoever.
He's just doing that Tom Kenny voice.
How would Tom Kenny sound like Andy Samberg?
I don't know.
I feel like it's just such a distinctly different voice. Like, Tom Kenny sounds like a freaking nerd.
Maybe they
and Andy
not...
Samberg's like the jock voice.
Maybe they should have
like,
got anyone,
SNL.
anyone but Tom Kenny to voice him.
Who would you have gotten? Who would you have gotten? Billy West.
Like a Sarah.
The car!
The car!
Let's see, who would I get the voice? Who's like a cool actor? You know, who's like someone who's cool?
Robbie from Victorious.
Robbie from Victorious? You think he'd do it?
Yeah, I mean, they look the same. He looks like Andy Samberg.
Is he like Diet Andy Samberg?
I mean, that was a joke in Victorious. Let me post up a picture.
You keep putting pictures on here.
What?
They should have got Ben Schwartz.
Do you think Ben? You think Ben Schwartz would have done the movie?
I don't know. I feel like if like there was an alternate universe where it came out like 10 years later, and they got Ben Schwartz instead of Andy Samberg to begin with, I think that could have worked.
You think?
You know? Well, he's good at like, I think he's kind of good at like full of himself characters. You know?
You think so?
Like cool, like, ha, I'll just sit back and eat my chili dog.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this one picture of like Robbie looks like Rebecca Sugars.
What?
I guess it does.
Does anyone have any other thoughts? Does anyone any other thoughts on fucking Space Chimps before we move on? I feel like I feel like there's nothing left to talk about with Space Chimps.
Honestly,
when it started,
we could have gone like through every plot beat, and there would be no way to convince anyone that it was longer than 30 minutes.
Okay, so that's the thing. Space Chimps 2 is barely over an hour, and it feels like it's 5 minutes long.
It does.
So like,
it never goes anywhere.
Let me explain the plot beats of this movie. The movie starts, baby bitch monkey isn't allowed to go into space. He goes to space anyway. And then the villain from the first movie is on Earth, and then he takes over the thing, and then the baby bitch monkey comes back to Earth and does nothing to help, and then Ham saves the day.
Kilowatt's like, ah!
I don't know why Kilowatt and the baby bitch monkey had to come back, because Ham saves the day.
Well, look, they have to come back to be in the TV show.
I know.
They also need comment to like bring back people who died.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I forgot the important plot point. So when baby bitch monkey goes to like Planet Sheen, he learns that his phone makes the alien creatures like get tickled. There's like an extended sequence.
Yeah, he uses the 5G waves from his banana phone.
It's like an extended sequence of like baby bitch monkey like tickling like the alien people. They're going, we like it. We like getting tickled. And that's
They don't say that. They're like,
And this comes important later because then baby bitch monkey and fetus go back to planet Earth, not Planet Sheen, planet Earth, and then they tickle Zartog. and then that's how they defeat Zartog. And then Ham comes and says, "I'll take that."
And then he says, "You got a problem with that, pussycat?"
I'd fucking say that.
Remember how he hired a clown?
Oh yeah, there's also like a scene at the. Okay, so here's a confusing thing. In the movie, we learned that the humans can't understand the monkeys or the aliens, but the aliens and monkeys, they can communicate. But at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
Ham is like at the circus speaking into a mic to the audience, and the audience is clearly reacting to what he's saying. It's like, what's up with that?
They suddenly learn.
God. Who cares? Who
I
cares?
care. You don't care?
Wait. Well, okay. Honestly, if a little chimp had a microphone at a circus and was like, I would start screaming and cheering.
I wouldn't. I'd be like,
You're lame.
what is this? What? Am I supposed to laugh at this?
What's the plot here? Who am I rooting for?
What is the
It was
moral of
never
the story?
about the monkey visuals.
It was always about the platforming, the exploration, and the speed.
Oh yeah, Zartog spends like 40 minutes in one room pointing the Wii remote. Yeah, we could talk about this all day. We really couldn't.
But
And they
there's
used the
not a
same
lot.
joke like 5 times.
Oh, hi, Vivian.
Yeah.
We're talking about Space Chimps 2. My favorite part of Space Chimps 2 is definitely the fact that Zartog and the 3 scientists spent about 40 minutes in the same room for the entire movie, and it's the same thing every time they cut back. Zartog tries to tell him that he wants to see Ham, the scientists can't understand him, and then he zaps one of them. This happens 3 times, like barely any variation. It's just he goes, because they can't understand him, and they go, "What is he saying?" And they zap him, and then he dies. And then they do it again, and they do it again. And this happens 3 times, barely any variation. That's all Zartog does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. I think it was interesting. This is like, Comet the baby monkey was voiced by, the kid who voiced, Penn the human in the Adventure Time pilot. This is the only other thing I've ever heard him in. Yeah, that's some fun monkey trivia, I guess.
Great resume.
Yes.
Imagine if your resume was, I was Penn the human in the original Adventure Time pilot, and the baby bitch monkey from Space Chimps 2.
I'm sure done more. I'm sure he's, how old is he? He's like 25 now, I think.
47.
Let me look up. His name is Zach Shada. He's the brother of the voice of Finn. He's 27.
He's got so much to do. Alright, does anyone, just for last time, does anyone have any final thoughts on Space Chimps 2, or can we escape this monkey hell? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Alright,
Send the chimps to space one last time.
so this is the part where I ask, did anyone watch or play anything this week besides Space Chimps 2?
What?
Yep.
What did you do this? What did you watch or play this week, Rosa?
So instead of saying I watched or played, I'll say I read.
Well, that's against the rules.
Yeah, what the heck is this? A
This-
book club?
Yeah, this is a cartoon video game podcast. Sorry, no dweebs allowed here.
Paper Mario was never about the reading.
What was it
But
about?
yeah, I was reading comics. How about that? Boom!
Okay, fine. That's almost a cartoon.
That's epic.
So I finished a while back. I finished reading Seconds.
Oh yeah, so tell us more about that.
So okay, so basically, Second, it's like the 3rd series made by Brian Lee O'Malley, creator Scott Burrow. So in this one, it's basically like a whole novel about a character named Katie who feels like she's in purgatory.
Okay.
So like she started a restaurant with a couple of friends, and then eventually they all left, and it's just her and another friend who's still running the place, and just a bunch of new people working there. So at that point, she decided like she'll start her own restaurant at a different location. Only problem is it's been going through a lot of issues because of location, how old the building is, and yada yada yada.
Just like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
So
So they just
really been struggling to make ends meet.
and amidst all this, she's just trying to figure out, like this weird spirit in her house. But yeah.
All right.
Mhm. Oh yes, Hazel is absolutely like the best character.
Oh, so yeah, I haven't read Seconds because I'm terrible at reading books. Or not books, comics, anything, just anything with words. I can't do it.
That's still a book.
The only thing I read is my Reddit timeline. Anyway, I haven't read Seconds, but
That's embarrassing.
I've seen many images of it, and it's one of my favorite parts. It's got the thing I like that Adventure Time does, where it feels like you can tell the artist had fun just dressing the characters up in different clothing. Like, because we were talking about Hazel, who's a character in the book, and she's wearing different outfits constantly. And it gives me the same vibe as like Marceline from Adventure Time, where you can tell like the people behind like the thing really like just dressing the character up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are you moving a shelf? What is happening?
Oh, some things fell on my shelf. Don't worry about it. They're fine.
No,
There's gremlins on a shelf. There's gremlins here.
Right. What his name's Brian O'Daly, right? That's the
Brian Lee O'Malley. Yeah.
Brian, what's that you're writing? Who is that character?
I'm gonna fucking destroy you. No, I haven't read all this stuff, but I always enjoy what I have read, and I know I've read parts of his version of Scott Pilgrim, the original one, which is like way better than the movie. The movie's fun, but it definitely ignores a lot of stuff. And
again, it's sort of just like it's been shortened down because like it's a movie and not the comic, where the comic takes like months. It's like going through a course of months. The movie's like days.
I feel like the Scott Pilgrim movie accidentally caused a lot of geeky gamer culture stuff, whereas the comic book was very, no, Scott's a piece of shit, and the movie's more like, whoa, Scott's an epic gamer, wow!
Yeah. Yeah, and like the thing about Scott Pilgrim is that it's more remembered by like the movie and the video game, but mostly by the video game because like it's placed in like preservation of games.
I like the game because there's an animation you can do where like Kim and Knives will kiss.
Yeah,
that's what I like about the game. I'm really like, I got some high standards.
Yeah. Also, like another thing about Brian Lee O'Malley's work is that he also had like a first book called Lost at Sea.
Oh, what is that about?
Oh, that one is about like it's about a girl after high school. She graduated high school. That she's like on a road trip back home with like a couple of like high school classmates. Like they're not particularly friends. They know of each other, but like she's like a little different from the group. She's like never hung out with him. She's coming back from like visiting someone, like an ex, and it's still just her trying to figure herself out while like bonding with these kids around there. And that's the thing about like a lot of like Brian Lee O'Malley's work. It's like there's something about it about like growing up or like going through stages of life. Like Lost at Sea is like post graduation when you just turn 18, you're a college student now. And then Scott Pilgrim, it's like you in your young adult years growing as a person.
Yeah, and Scott's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and then in Seconds, it's about Katie, like taking on like a full responsibility as like someone who's becoming close to her 30s, and like just trying to manage her own future. Making like a really big step in life.
Mm-hmm.
And just there's a lot of that in his books and his work.
Yeah. No,
it's like
I have noticed that from like what I've taken. He likes to write stories about young adults going through that time. Like Scott Pilgrim's about that. Seconds is about that. And from what I can gather, they're all pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Can I also bring something up about Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game?
What about it?
When me and my friend were
What?
like, when me and my friend were like 12, we used to take the sprites from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, like the game, and we like just color the characters' hair like black and like our hair colors and stuff, and say like, this is us, this is our original sprites, we made this.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
We would go
Those
on the,
are-
I know someone who did that with the Yoshi's Island title screen.
we just like go on like the spriters resource and like slightly edit the sprites and be like, this is us, we made
Yeah.
this.
You'd be like, yeah, I made this. And I was like, no, you didn't. That was so cool.
That reminds me also, when I was a kid, you know like that Melee roster has like 100 characters on it, like the fake one?
Yeah.
When I was a
That's the real
kid,
roster.
when I was a kid, I like printed that out and like took it to school and told people it was real.
like,
Oh my god.
I
You
mean,
printed
is
it?
real.
Yeah, like I got on my computer. I printed like the Melee roster with hundreds of characters.
Oh
and I just took
my
it to school
God.
and showed it to them. Oh my
Wow.
god, Vivian.
they're all named for.
Anyway, Rosa, is there anything else you want to talk about your books before we move on?
So, like, I also been reading Dead Demons, the Destruction.
EDD Destruction? That's the thing King Dedede says in the Kirby anime, right?
Yeah,
It's the DD Story Z.
yeah. So basically, it's a manga by Ayano Ashano, and like, it's a very heavily political manga.
Oh boy.
Like,
Oh.
yes, like you're sort of just like it starts out. You're just reading about like these two high school girls, two friends going to school, living their life. But at the same time, there's like a UFO in the middle of Tokyo that everyone can see, and it's been there for 3 years. And you sort of get detail about like what's been going on since then, where they talk about how Japan's military became like more funny because of the UFO, and then when they like because like there was like this like when they came, there was a disaster that happened where one of the UFOs crashed into like a city and caused like a massive death. And since then they've been like again becoming more militarized, and it's sort of like a lot of stuff you could draw about how it's like about like nationalism, militarization, the way people sort of look at like a foreign enemy, and they're like, oh my god. It's really says a lot. You can like draw parallels to like a lot of stuff in America too. It's very heavily political, and so it just shows like the conversation to like how people discuss debate and whatever. It's very you sort of just look at the title and then you look at the character designs and the environment. So like it's just like have these like very classic looking characters. It's like I don't know, if you like looking like older mangas with like a more cartoony styles, but like with more realistic proportions. It's like the art style is just really interesting, and the backgrounds are like heavily detailed. And I seen like how the artist does the process, where like he takes photos of like real life location and digitize it in Clip Studio Paint, and then like redoes like the outline. It's just a wonderful book to look at.
I'd like to add more to the conversation. I don't think any of us have seen it besides you at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, again, it's very obscure. I feel like it's obscure, but like it's popular, just like very heavily. Yeah.
Well, it's a good show to like, bounce off this really heavy political manga. It's like a good like topic to like shift into.
SpongeBob.
I watched Close Enough.
Same thing.
Same thing.
What'd you watch?
JG Quintel's new show, Close Enough.
Dude, we have to go to the Close Enough season 1 rap party. What kind of joke is that?
Come on, bros. Don't you want to go to the Close Enough world? We can go see our bros there.
I don't. I hate going to the close enough world.
So
There's a guy.
So I watched Close. I think I don't know how many of it. I know Rosa did. I did too. I watched Close Enough, and I've seen some people describe it pretty much as just regular show, but like fully real, like full like
On crack.
regular show unleashed, pretty much. And I would say for the most part it is, but I think one major difference between Close Enough and regular show is I was thinking about this, like something felt very different to me. And I realized that regular show, like everyone in a regular show has a very defined way of speaking. Like, you know, like if I make a joke like in a Mordecai voice, you'll know who it is. If I make a joke in a Muscle Man voice, you'll know who it is. No one in Close Enough really speaks to that same level of defined. I say that like they swap the kind of very defined character speaking for like pop culture references, and I don't mean that in a bad way. They're pretty well utilized.
Like the Jim Carrey joke.
Oh yeah,
You've heard about Weezer?
In the final episode of like the one they have, there's an extended joke about like Jim Carrey movies throughout the ages and like how fucking like obnoxious everyone was quoting Jim Carrey movies. Well, one of the most interesting things to me about watching it was there's a pretty extended episode that is a lot of like E3 jokes. And as I was like watching it, it made me realize I don't think I've watched another show ever that has like done an E3 episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like they name drop E3. They like literally go to it at one point. There's like a joke that's like there's a joke that feels very much at the expense of like the Skyward Sword demo they did a long time ago. Like Miyamoto like tries to play the game and it just keeps messing up.
Oh
no.
The closest thing I could think of to like an E3 episode and like an adult cartoon is, or any cartoon really, is when Bart went to Minecon.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was the episode where where Lisa was like,
What can you do?
Marge's like,
Some things will be dealt with at a later date.
and there's like a picture of Apu on their bedside.
Wait, they fucking addressed the Apu controversy in the fucking Minecraft convention episode?
Yeah, and Apu was there.
Cause yeah, I guess it just happened to be timely.
Oh my god.
But
So,
yeah,
like,
close
remember-
enough.
Remember the pterodactyl?
Oh yeah, so
Rigby, was it Rigby? Was the pterodactyl Rigby?
no, so there was
No, just a traditional Christian.
a YouTube channel that said so at the end of regular show.
Velskabum.
I don't want to be mean. At the
No,
end,
we're promoting him.
at
We're promoting Velskabum 94's channel.
the final episode of regular show, Mordecai and Rigby are like staring at the world getting destroyed in their faces, and like before they get destroyed, Rigby goes, "I want to be reborn as a pterodactyl," and so like there's a pterodactyl in Close Enough. So like Beelzebub on YouTube's like, is this pterodactyl supposed to be Rigby?
Did you just call him Beelzebub?
I don't care. And then but that doesn't work.
Beelzebub.
But that theory doesn't work because in Close Enough they go to the park at one point.
What do you mean that?
They showed up the park for sale.
Yeah, they go to the park.
But like, why does that squash the pterodactyl theory?
Because Rigby would still be around then. It's like a different world. It's not.
No, so like we actually see like a pterodactyl come to life, but like it was a completely different person, and the pterodactyl was like very traditionalist Christian. Because when you were writing on the pterodactyl doesn't like adulterous.
That's a really great thing to explain with zero context. With now call it like context. Like, oh, you know, the Christian values pterodactyl.
All I'm saying is it wasn't Rigby. It was some very traditional Christian.
Okay.
A pterodactyl? A pterodactyl?
Oh my.
Someone help me
God.
out here. A trad of. Come on, get those viewers up. We gotta get this. Trad. Jontron.
You're doing a great job.
Jontron.
Let's just make a bunch of controversial
I live in
statements.
New York.
I'm Jontron. I'm racist. There we go. We did it. We made her fucking stand. I want to be called out on Twitter now.
I mean, you know, not everybody knows that. He's done a good job at sweeping that out. We're not going to talk about Jontron. We're not going to talk about the Jontron
Stop
concert.
right now.
Execution live.
What
League of
what do you think
Legends.
about what do you think about what's going on in the industry? You know, what
What the hell are you doing? Thanks for subscribing, Vivian, in the middle of Seems fucking, like, choking on a duck bit.
No, my brain gremlin transformation. Happy year of the 3rd anniversary of Gremlins 2.
Anyway, back on Close Enough so we can, like, you know, refocus for a second. It's like, if you like, I would say this, if you like a regular show, it's like, I would say, it's like more regular show, but like, not in the sense where like, you know like how like Milo Murphy's like way too similar to Phineas and Ferb? I think Close Enough is like different enough to like justify
different
like,
enough.
It's going for a different audience, like it's kind of focusing more, it does have like that same like, oh you're 20, here's like your 20s vibes to it, but it's like kind of upper 20s for regular shows, like younger 20s.
Yeah.
Which like,
But just you wait for when they do the episode where they do an arc where Muscle Man sleeps on their couch.
My God.
Also, like, these also like characters in their 30s.
Also, I do think it's interesting to me. You can very much tell this was made for TV first, and then had to be put on a streaming service later because in the episodes that they have, like at the 8-minute mark, almost every episode, it cuts to black as if there's a commercial break. And it comes back. Every episode on HBO Max is 2 11-minute episodes combined instead of like all the 11 minutes separate, which they did with the Looney Tunes show. Like, you know, it was all the 11-minute segments because like both 11 minutes are different episodes. At the end of every 11 minutes is like the Cartoon Network logo thing, where like the Cartoon Network logo appears and opens up. So like it's very clear this was made for TV, and they had to like hastily put it on a streaming service. So I'm curious if if this show gets picked up again, if like that'll be different, like next season.
Maybe.
I wish Milo Murphy was good after season 1A. I liked the early Milo Murphy episodes too. I feel like they showed the show. I feel like tried to be kind of different from Phineas and Ferb at first. Like they really put an emphasis on like kind of the wacky shenanigans of like what Milo causes. But I feel like after the first season, like first few episodes, it's kind of like, well, now it's Phineas and Ferb 2 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of wanted to do it again, and you know what? They got to do it. They got their wish. They got to do Phineas and Ferb again. We can talk about that. That's news.
Oh, have they announced anything for that movie, or is it still just coming?
They showed a first look. They showed a first look at it. It's like a 10-second.
What do you
like,
want?
Clip.
What do you want to talk about? The 10-second Phineas and Ferb clip?
I don't know. What do we think about it? What are our early thoughts? Let's do our analysis. Let's boot up the old analysis machine to see what secrets are hidden in the Phineas and Ferb movie. First look.
I will say about Milo Murphy, you could tell the creators of Phineas and Ferb desperately wanted to make a Doofenshmirtz spinoff from like the beginning, because they did 2 backdoor pilots for Doofenshmirtz. They did Doof 101 and they did the Alka Files, which are both pilots that were very extensively clearly made to get a Doof show off the ground. And it didn't work. So clearly what happened eventually is they made Milo Murphy. They're like, oh, cool, we have our show. Let's put Doof in this one so we can keep... it feels like they desperately wanted to make something with Doof.
The Doof.
The Doof. Who's got the Doof?
You could
have that Doof.
It's kind of clear if you watch Phineas and Ferb, like near the end, you could kind of tell who like the creator's favorite character was.
Yeah, he's a good character. I like Doofenshmirtz.
I just feel like the problem with Phineas and Ferb, like I love the show.
The problem.
But
with Phineas and Ferb.
I had to push bear. God damn it! I can't do it.
There's no partners in battle. What the heck?
The problem with Phineas and Ferb is Phineas and Ferb themselves.
No EXP.
Fucking dad, shut up. The problem with Phineas and Ferb is
It's all paper.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking obliterate all of you. Phineas and Ferb are not very interesting characters within themselves. So like the thing with Phineas and Ferb is like they rely on everyone around them to be interesting, and Ferb like doesn't speak most of the time either. So like I've mentioned this before. I absolutely feel like the real main character of that show is Candace.
Oh, she really did get more of a role down the scene.
I think the movie is about her.
Yeah,
too.
that's the thing, because Candace and Doofenshmirtz were kind of like the most like extensive character in those shows. Like they did the most.
Phineas and Ferb were like Phineas and Ferb were like pretty much just like forces of nature. You know, like they just they create craziness and they can't be stopped.
Yeah, I am the force of nature.
And it's kind of reminds me how I say this about like Wander Over Yonder, because you know Wander Over Yonder is called Wander Over Yonder, but I feel like that show is actually about, now Craig McCracken himself has said this too. It's actually about like Lord Hater, because he's like the character who like goes through development more, which I think is interesting. I think the idea of like pitching the show, like making like, oh, this is the main character, and like no, actually like the wacky villain character is actually the main character. I think that's an interesting idea.
Everyone stop saying Phineas and Ferb is bad. No one is saying that.
What?
No one is saying that.
No, I love Phineas and
It's a
Ferb.
good show.
They're funny,
Yeah.
they're very stagnated characters. They're like,
That's fine. It's a very formulaic show, and I think that's funny. They get a lot of like good jokes out of that formula. It's just how it is, you know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine the way it is.
Everyone be nice.
I think Phineas is all right.
Everyone be nice to Phineas and Ferb, or I'm canceling everything ever.
I love it. This is the season of Phineas and Ferb right now. You know,
I
we're not gonna badmouth it.
Did anyone else watch or like play anything this week?
SpongeBob.
I played some games this week.
What did you play?
I played SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Xenoblade. That's all.
I feel okay. We can probably talk about SpongeBob, because I think we've all played it except Seep, right? You haven't played it yet.
I watched an episode of SpongeBob.
That doesn't fucking count. I'm gonna ignore you. So
Okay.
I did beat Sponge Game this week on stream, as you can tell, and it's a very weird game to talk about, because like at the end of the day, it's still like a good game. Like, but the problem with the remake that I agree with is they didn't change like anything besides the visuals. Like everything's the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Like some of the problems are still there.
Mhm.
Didn't really fix much of them.
Well, I have to say something about the ball puzzle. It's like, whatever it's going on with the physics, it's different enough to make it like easier.
Yeah, I do feel like the ball puzzle was easier when I did. It still sucked, but I felt a bit easier. I felt like something they changed, but like for the most part, the tiki quest and like Kelp Forest still sucks, and I can only beat it by cheating. Mr. Crab, I think the Mr. Krabs shiny object thing is awful.
Yeah.
And
They did not need to change that.
Yeah, they made it worse. And here's the thing. SpongeBob without the shiny objects grinding is a 10 to 12 hour game, which is perfectly fine for like a 30 platformer. I don't know why they're like, let's put grinding in our SpongeBob platforming game.
Yeah. And like for anyone who wants like a tip on like how to handle that, so like a better grinding spot to go at is like Crab's Dream. Like what you have to do is just like take out the oil guys from like the bubble balls, since it once hits them, and then destroy the machine, and then just kill the little triplets and the little robots over and over, because you get like better combos that way, and like you don't have to die to respawn everything. Especially if you're like playing on the Switch version.
I'll say this.
Yeah, I had a PC copy which had fast loading times, so I went with the dying a lot routes instead.
Yeah, I did the Goo Lagoon grinding thing, where you go to the castle over and over again.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I've seen some people say that they don't like the visuals, which, you know, I can respect that, but I mean this in the nicest way. The original game's a little ugly. I mean this nicely.
I always found that take to be a little rose tinted, in my opinion.
I get
like
I think when
the
you're
original.
I think when you're nostalgic or something, like, you know, you can believe you know, you have an attachment. I get it. But I think it's kind of the same thing with the Mario and Luigi remakes, because, like, you know, I get it. The original ones are charming. There's like a very big charm to them. But I don't agree with the notion of like, oh, this is my childhood thing I have nostalgia for. No, I don't like this. Because the thing about the Mario and Luigi remakes is like people act like there was no effort put into them sometimes. And that, I don't know, that bothers me a bit. And for the most part, even if people don't like the SpongeBob visuals in the new game, they tend to like see the effort at least, which I'm glad about. But I like the remakes visuals more.
Same.
I guess there's also the fact that they did.
Oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
They did very much tease like adding in old content, and they like
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff.
Kind of did it. I don't know.
A lot of the stuff they said oh, we're gonna restore old content, like why promoting the game, and then the game comes out and none of that content's in the game besides the multiplayer mode, which gives me the vibe of I think this game was absolutely rushed. So the vibe I get is like, oh, they promised this ahead of time. They didn't have the time to like actually put it in. It's like, oh, put all the beta stuff we were gonna put in the main game into like the multiplayer mode, just so we can say it's technically there.
Yeah, no thanks to Sponge on the Run, which ended up getting delayed.
But I guess
I love my life.
I guess Seep, did you play or watch anything this week?
Nothing. I'm just kidding.
So I've started this retro video game cover band. You know, we do some classic things like, you know, Castlevania 2, Mega Man. You know, you know, maybe a little what is
this fucking bit?
Super Mario Brothers.
It's C.
Yeah, don't you get it?
I hate
Don't
this.
you get it?
I hate this bit. I hate this bit.
I like it.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, I think. What was I asked a question?
Yeah, I guess we can go into question time now. All right.
No. That's not what I was saying. I did watch and play things.
What did
I don't have no life. I'm a competitor to OC Remix. I'm just reading words. I'm sorry. The heat is getting to me. Ryan is okay, I'm gonna call it Ryan is torturing me. Ryan put a heated blanket on me.
What?
And it's like 90 degrees out. Ryan didn't give me any water before the show. Ryan doesn't give her guests water. She denies them water. She denies them craft services. I got injured on set, and she made me sign a waiver while I was injured to say that Channel Awesome was not liable. I've been playing a lot of Paper Mario.
Oh, tell us about that.
I've talked about this. I've been playing this Nintendo 64 one because the new one was announced, and I was like, you know, I bought the old one like 5 years ago. I should play it on my Wii U. It's the N64 Paper Mario.
Have you not finished that yet?
No, I have two stars left.
I was skimming through our older podcasts, and you know, you were talking about playing this game when Lucy was on the podcast, like a month ago now.
Like, it's a long game, but I didn't think it'd be
That
that
was like episode 2. Come on, I said I'm not a gamer like some of you all. Okay, I spend most of my time drawing, and then I'm like,
I'll play like an hour of Paper Mario today.
and I forget that like RPGs are just really long. I'm not used to playing them. I don't play any other RPGs. I just play like platformers where I'm used to just being like, oh, let me just play 15 minutes of Super Mario and I'll be satisfied. With Paper Mario, it's like, oh, let me flip through my schedule. Like, oh shit, I forgot to set aside 3 hours today, so I guess I can't play it right now because I'd have to go to bed before I get anywhere. Shoot, you derailed me. I was going to talk about something really interesting about the world of Paper Mario.
Alright, tell me.
The paper visuals.
The paper visuals were astounding. They didn't even look like paper. That's what I liked about.
I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of Arlo. He's not. He's fine. He's great.
We
He's a
love
great
Arlo.
guy. Yeah, he doesn't have a full body suit.
This is
There's
like
no full body Arlo.
It's like the scene in the Ready to Start the Podcast movie, like you're like mocking Arlo, and like me and like Rose are like pointing behind you nervously, and like you go like, he's right behind me, isn't he? And you turn around like Arlo's still like holding like the snacks and like just drops them.
And like Arlo, and he's like, no, and then he just runs away. He's like, Arlo, wait. What if my Arlo impression sound like SpongeBob? I think I've just been flanderizing my Arlo voice the more I do it. Like,
It used to be like, the Paper Mario visuals, but now it's like, wow, I've been playing the new Paper.
he does go a little crazy now, though. Did anyone watch Arlo's latest video, his news roundup?
Was it like no? I was gonna watch one about like the New Hope video.
The New Hope?
Should I
Yeah,
just,
but then it was like, you see, it wasn't about the pay-per-view. So like, yeah, I'm done for today, and like just closed it.
should I just like start playing like Arlo videos like right now? Just like we all stop talking, we just watch Arlo videos instead.
First,
New guest star.
wait, I got an Arlo video you can like play for everybody.
I got an Arlo video for you. And then
Yeah, let me
you
take
like
up the
spit.
VHS and like insert it into my hard drive.
What was I talking about? I've been going. You people are trying to prevent me from speaking. So, I was gonna say that Arlo went a little crazy. Was anyone there for that? I swear, I want to like. And like the news roundup, he just started going crazy.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he started messing up his words, and he was like, and he's still like screaming. But anyway, to backtrack from that, to get to what I was actually talking about, what was it? Paper Mario. No, I've been playing Paper Mario Brothers.
Brother.
That should be like the next game, Paper Mario Brothers.
That's what they bring back. This is how we could still have the Mario and Luigi series. This is how we'll bring it back.
And it's like Paper Mario. Would it be called Paper Mario Brothers or Paper Mario and Luigi? No, it'd be called Paper Mario Brothers. No, Paper Mario Luigi. Oh, I don't know. Well, they did Paper Jam. They kind of already did something like that. But no, it'd just be completely Paper Mario
Jam
though.
2.
Paper Jam 2.
No, it wouldn't be Paper Jam 2. It would be Paper Mario Brothers. It takes place in the Paper Mario world.
Paper Jam Dark Moon.
Okay, what was I gonna? Okay, I had something specific I was going to talk about. What of my playthrough of my recent? I played Paper Mario. I've been playing Paper Mario a lot. I have 2 Star Children left to get. What are they called? Sparkling twinkles, twinks. I have 2 twinks left, and so the third to last. How many are there in total? There's 7. So the third to last would be 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth. I got the 4th one, and the fourth twink. What was I talking about? Does anyone remember what happened? Okay, Lava Island. Who here has played Paper Mario?
I
did.
have.
64?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My favorite one.
What are you? Is that one?
Yeah. That's
Okay, so you know
Paper
like the
Mario.
Lava Island. You know the Lava Island with all the Yoshis.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else do this when they like play games with a lot of dialogue? Do you read the voices out loud and like do like voices for them?
In my head, yes.
In my head, yeah.
it's almost like watching me play.
Yeah,
So
well, if I'm like streaming, I will. When I when I do Origami King, I'm like voices again. Oh, jeez, Louise, I didn't sign up for this.
So I do voices when I play it. I try to give every character a specific voice. I'll be like Goombaros. I try to do like a little like.
Look at this guy.
Oh, but so we went to the Yoshi Island. I'm at the port. There's a part in the Paper Mario where you go to Yoshi's. You go to a lava island. It's inhabited by Yoshis, and there's like 80 Yoshis there. And I was like, what voice should I do for the Yoshis? And I realized like, oh, I'll just do the Mario World cartoon voice. And I talked to every single Yoshi, just talking to myself like.
Oh, hello. We're the Yoshis of the island. You should talk to the president. We have babies here.
And I was doing that, and like an hour later, it was like. The thing about that, before I got to that part, I was in Toad Town, and I do the Toad voices for all the Toads too. So
How do you do this?
You should go into the port and talk to this guy.
And then I went to the Yoshi Island, and everyone was like,
Oh, hey, welcome to the Yoshi Lava Island. We have a big volcano here.
and I was like in pain. It was physically paining me. I had to like, I think it tired me out. I like stopped playing. So I kept doing all the Yoshi voices.
Why do you do this to yourself? Why can't you just play the game?
I feel like, I don't know. I think that it gets me into it, though, like.
Oh, do I have to go to bed so soon?
Like you can't just do it in your head?
I can, but like, why not? You know, flex my vocals. You know, what if I want to become the next Billy West?
Or Ash,
What if I want to be the next
John
uh,
Paulson,
John? No, Ash Paulson's father.
Rob
Ah.
Paulson.
You know, at first I wasn't really
Star.
sold on the Raymond cartoon, but I
Butch U's official. Oh yeah, Butch U's official art of Kim Possible. Someone mentioned that in the chat. Butch U. I'm gonna stop talking. I've done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
so
Go ahead.
Butch Hartman did one of his YouTube videos like, I draw this, but he used like Kim Possible like official art instead, but he put his signature on it still as if he drew it.
And then for the background, he airbrushed like a bunch of ketchup colors, like hot dog colors.
God.
Flex to who? I'm not flexing like showing off. I mean like literally like using my muscles, strengthening them.
Seep is just flexing to Seep skin. The skin of Seep.
No,
The skin of Seep. Hey guys, I thought you'd never mention me.
that's my Dwegan voice.
I've never
You're
mentioned,
doing Skin of Seep.
I'm never gonna
Well,
mention you
what's
again.
a Dwegan? I never seen the Dwegan. You didn't wear your skin when you watched that
Oh,
movie.
that's right. I took my skin off for the Dweegans and Leprechauns. I haven't seen Dweegans and Leprechauns.
You're talking to your skin?
Oh, now I'm talking to you.
I think this is the part of the podcast we should like go into
Were
questions.
you away?
Let's move into questions now, shall we?
All right, we got
Alright.
20 questions.
No, okay. So, chat, this is the part where you get to participate. You can throw us any question, and we'll talk about it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Toss them out. Get your shovel and throw them out.
Give him.
What does Seep Skeleton sound like?
If any Nintendo franchise were to get a new cartoon, which would you choose? I think the only Nintendo that has a cartoon running is Pokemon. Well, I feel like saying Mario would be like the boring answer because I'm like I love Mario. But if I could pick another one, I want to say Kirby already has one, but like I'd kind of like them to do a Kirby one again with like more like modern takes on the Kirby characters, because I feel like
That's literally my answer. I was gonna say that.
They should make
I
a
agree.
season 3 of Donkey Kong.
Maddie, pitch some ideas for season 3 of Donkey Kong right now.
Well, we have to see a Blustercon's hometown,
Okay.
which is a distant island, where you also meet his mother, which we never see in the show. Where he
Donkey
also
Kong
mentions-
Distant Lands?
Yes. Eddie also has a twin brother on that island.
Okay. Tell us about Eddie's twin brother he's gonna have on this island.
Well, do you remember the vision of Eddie DK saw in his dream in that
Yeah.
one episode?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well-
yes.
That's actually his twin brother,
Okay.
and it will be explained in season 3 that he is actually the villain.
Okay. All right. Good idea.
Yeah, I agree with the Kirby cartoon. Cause like the original anime, I think, I like it. Like it's all right. It's like a fun children's cartoon. Like if it's on, I could watch it and like it's nice. But I think there's just been a lot of like Kirby stuff that has been added since then. Cause like what games were out when the anime came out?
I think it was
Like-
up to it. This was like pre-Air Ride. Anything before Air Ride is when the anime was out.
Yeah.
And then like the last episode was about Air Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you could have like the Squeak Squad, Magalore, Susie. I mean, you could just have the whole everyone playable with Kirby Star Allies. You
Yeah.
just have them.
I was gonna say, I feel like the Kirby anime is like soccerized Kirby, I would say. So it'd be interesting if they made a new one. It'd be more like the new Kirby kind of in tone, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
new
they
Super
will have
Kirby.
their own separate arcs or something like that.
Yeah, and there could be an episode where Susie comes to Planet Popstar and she tries to sell the dingbats of Popstar like a shitty product, and they go, "Oh no, the products are bad and taking over."
Yeah, exactly. You could do so many stuff like that. I don't think you would need to have like You could. I don't think you'd really do like a Tiff and Tough.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you could just have like Waddle Dee.
If you wanted a Tiff or Tough, you could just use like Bandana, Waddle Dee, and like Adeline, and like they could just take those spots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Ribbon,
they should
too.
break the no
Ribbon.
humans rule.
Don't
Yeah.
forget Ribbon.
Because
And like the animal friends could be a little more in it.
if you want to
Bring
keep
back Rick Australia.
Kirby speaking is kind of a contentious topic. Like Kirby should like speak in things. Like if they don't want to make Kirby speak, I feel like you could just have like Bandana, Waddle Dee, and like Adeline just like tag along as like the speaking
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have a 4Kids voice to be like,
Kirby! I'm gonna say everything in the same tone of voice, Kirby!
Be
Whoa,
nice.
what's that? What's that? What are you doing there?
Be nice to
Gooey.
Tim.
I want to see Gooey. I love
Yeah.
Gooey.
Gooey could be there.
Luigi?
I'm very curious what they do with like DDD in like a different Kirby anime because he's not DDD like in the Kirby anime is very much like a different version of him. So I'm curious like if they brought kind of like main game Kirby to like anime world, like what would he be doing?
He'd be voiced by Patrick Warburton.
Kirby, why don't you come over to my
Kirby.
girl? We'll have some cake. Bring your friends along. And then they go over and they found out it's a trick from Magalore.
You could have like a big funny. You could just be like the big funny guy who like
Yeah.
gets hurt.
He could be just be the wacky uncle pretty much.
Like, don't worry, Kirby, I got this. Whoa.
He's like, ugh. And he's like kind of mean, but he's never too mean, you know.
Would Escargoon return? I like Escargoon, but I feel like if you're doing more of like a thing based off recent Kirby, I don't know if Escargoon would like work in that environment.
Technically, Escargoon appeared in Mass Attack.
Mass Attack's a weird game. That doesn't count.
Well, and
I
it
feel
was like a cameo in a mini game in Mass Attack too.
Yeah.
I feel like Escargoon would have his own episode instead.
The Escargoon episode where he washes up on shore.
It's like like a Nickelodeon where like they hype up episodes like they'd be like a Nickelodeon hype up trailer for like Escargoon coming like that's right, it's Escargoon week.
What did they do that for? Wasn't it something like based on oh shoot, what did they do that for? What am I thinking of where they had something like that? Oh! The Penguins of Madagascar where they had Alex the Lion show up as an apparition.
Yeah.
So, remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Saw that
Escargoon
episode.
used to be driving the car and like he's like, wait, how are you driving the car if you're just my imagination?
I honestly don't remember anything about it. I just remember he was like a ghost. And
I'll
I
see
He was
don't
like,
know why.
bullshit for some reason he was like driving a car.
Remember when Ben Stiller was in Phineas and Ferb?
I'll also say this on the topic of like getting a Nintendo show. I see a lot that like they should make a Smash Bros show or movie, and here's my hot take: they shouldn't. That'd be a disaster. There are
What?
there are 80 characters in this game. If you
You
want to,
don't think there should be a Justice League where they introduce everyone? You don't think there should be a Suicide Squad where there's a 15-minute montage
nope.
of them just talking about each character?
Here's the thing. If you make a Smash Bros. Shows, it's either be one of two things. It's gonna focus on every single character and be a disaster, or they're gonna like focus on a select few characters. And the people who don't like the select few characters get chosen are gonna be upset about that. Nobody wins.
They're gonna be.
I think it should be like a series of shorts that comes out every once in a while.
And that's like the only way it could work is they did like shorts,
yeah.
like an anthology series. That's like the only way it could work.
Yeah.
It's the thing. If they make a Smash Bros. Anime, it should be about Luigi and Dedede. That's my hot take. They're the funniest characters in Smash Bros.
Luigi?
Luigi, we're in the real world.
I Luigi the hit episode where Luigi D like fall into like the sewer and go to the real world and they meet a human man who works in like a business like a like a marketing business and like
Oh right.
they help him
And
with their new marketing slogan and then he gets
The
mad at
Green
them.
Moon.
They get mad at him and he goes, I don't want these little people running around my house, and his pregnant wife like looks down at her belly. At the end of the movie they named the kid Luigi.
Why are they little people? They're like 3 apples tall. They're like still carryover is equivalent in the real world. It's like the Mario Milk commercial.
And then like the other characters like Shulk and like all the other guys go to look for them. And like they're also 3 apples tall in the real world. Like Donkey Kong like sits in like someone's purse like a purse dog.
And then Bowser has a tearful conversation with a green M&M.
You know, it's hard being a single dad in the Super Smash Bros. World.
What was filtered by Autobot?
MILF.
Mario MILF commercial? What do you mean it's filtered? What happened to it?
I
can read it.
Earlier, my friend
What?
Earlier, my friend Liv wanted to ask, do you know what?
Who's Liv? Who's your friend Liv?
She was
my friend Liv.
He was on literally the last episode.
I know who she is, but you're like my friend Liv. You know, you don't know her, but her name's Liv.
Oh my god. She wanted to know. Seep, do you know what object shows are?
Oh, okay. I know of them, but I don't really know what they are. And I thought like at one point there was like a sliver of me that wanted to make one.
Uh-huh.
And I had some like ideas for it.
Okay.
But, I never did it because I figured I didn't understand the medium enough to deconstruct it. It sort of confuses me a little.
Here's all you need to know about object shows. They're objects.
Okay.
Alright, does anyone have any other questions?
No, but that's not it though. They're like objects, but it's like a total drama parody or like Survivor parody.
Yeah, it's like total.
Like, but why are they? Like, why are they objects?
It's total.
Oh, what's the deal? Well, it's a B movie.
The reason
they're bees.
I actually have I have the reason they're objects. It's because object shows are meant to be like made pretty fast. Like they're meant to be made like an episode per month, and the reason they're objects is so like you like make the object asset and like just animate like limbs onto them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
okay, moving on.
They're meant to be like you vote. They're meant to be like a thing, like an interactive thing. That's why they have to be made decently fast. Anyway.
So it's like, and they're very distinct in look, like.
Yeah.
Just the pen. Okay, I see. I get it now. I think I'll go watch them. I think I'm gonna watch them.
So there was another question I saw earlier. I feel like it'd be fun to answer. What would be your dream Smash Bros. Reveal?
There's Remu, Puyo, what's her name? Ara, and Raymond.
I think about Smash trailer ideas a lot, and one of my always favorite is like. Here's the thing, if Waluigi ever got into Smash, you would have to go, like, crazy with the trailer, I feel like. Like, you couldn't give Waluigi, like, a standard trailer. But, like, here's my idea was, everyone, it just shows, like, a bunch of random characters, like, the trailer starts, like, a Smash invitation on the floor, and, like, a Goomba picks it up, and just says Goomba, like, joins the fray, and you just see Waluigi just enraged about this.
Yes.
And it just keeps cutting, like, random, like, obscure characters getting, like, oh, like, fucking... Who's like a weird character? Malin from
Spike.
Zelda. Malin from Zelda joins the fray, and then like Bronto Burt joins the fray. It just like keeps flashing through like a bunch of characters, and Waluigi just like gets angrier and angrier until like it gets to like the final character, which is Luigi joins the fray again, and then Waluigi just like tears the screen apart and just starts screaming, and then like a Smash invitation falls into his mouth, and like the words just like crash into him.
And then he just gets hurt by the words.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. That's a good trailer idea.
I'm going to the hydro tunnel.
Do any of you have like ever just like sit there and think of like I fucking hate all of you. Stop it. Do any of you have any like Smash trailers you think about when you're just like sitting around?
Oh. I do.
Yeah, tell me.
What did you ask?
What do you like have any Smash trailer ideas like if like a character you would want in?
Yeah. The only one I want is Waddle Dee.
Do you have an idea? What would you want for a bandana Waddle Dee
I've
trailer?
just been I think something cute. I've had a few like fantasies. You know, we all have those. I think one of them would be like, it's like the Marks. It's like a CGI cutscene of like the Marks fight. And it's like Kirby's fighting it. Kirby's fighting it, the creature. And then like, oh no, like he's like cornered with a knife to his throat or something. And then Meta Knight's like, don't worry, I'll help you out, little buddy. And then it does that, and then it does like the same thing again with like DDD. And then it does that, and then it does it again, but then like it's like, who's gonna save us? Who's gonna save the three of us? And then it cuts it, and then Waddle Dee does it. It says, Vendetta, Waddle Dee, you and me. I sound so lethargic. I feel like an idiot.
No, that's a cute idea.
Yeah.
That's what
I did have another idea for a trailer once for like a
the world. Who's gonna save me, Dad?
when I was really into
Sorry,
Yokai Watch. I had an idea for like a Yokai Watch character trailer, and the idea would be like, you know, like the Simon and Richter trailer.
Tyler!
It'd be like that. Like it'd be like Luigi, Simon, and Richter going through like the scary castle again. Like, you know, in the Ridley trailer, like, he keeps taking like the people out behind like Samus. It'd be like that. Like, so like first like Richter just gets like taken out, like he has to go like pee or something. Like Simon just gets like really depressed all of a sudden, and like Luigi's like moves his flashlight to look up, and you just see the Grim Reaper again, and then it just falls apart. It's like just fucking Whisper and Jabanyana in the costume.
Whisper spooks the dog.
Oh, I got. That's cute. I had an idea for like a Smash trailer for like a TF2 character.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So basically, Scouts opens the door, and then Mario's hand pops out holding a letter. Fast Scout takes it, looks at it, slams the door on Mario's hand, and he just starts creeping around. And it just like retreats to like the other team members like fighting over the letter, like using their abilities and stuff. And then the tape, and then the letter just ends up in Pauline's hand.
Oh, that'd be funny. I did have an idea similar to that. Like the TF2 characters like fight over like the invitation, but like my idea was it like fake out like that Scout wins. Like it holds on like Scout holding the invitation for like 5 seconds, and like Heavy just like casually walks up, just takes the invitation from him, just like starts going, no. And then it's just Heavy who gets it instead. Maddie, do you have any Smash trailer ideas you ever had?
Come on, Maddie, tell us.
I have an idea.
What?
Well, it starts out with its usual slashing of the screen,
Uh-huh.
and then silence, and then finally, hey, the legends of the Kung Fu Panda.
Raised in a noodle shop, never seeking glory or fame. He climbed the mountain top and earned the dragon warrior name. Who? Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that was great. All right, I think we should probably take like one more question before we end off. Let's get one more question here.
Already.
Come on, if you got it.
Someone asked about the Nintendo Direct. What do you think about that? That's a quick question.
At this point, it's probably. I think we'll probably be getting one soon. I don't know if it's gonna be on the 20th, but like Paper Mario comes out soon. After that, there's nothing. So like, I feel like they have to. They're not even even if it's not a Direct, they have to announce something.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I feel the same way. I hope they announce a new Kirby.
Oh, you.
They've been working on the new one for a while.
I do want to see.
Yeah, I talked about that last time.
I do want to see like a new Mario Golf.
Ooh, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well,
I hope like I hope there's like news of like a localization of a game called Phase Fight.
Oh yeah, you were.
You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say we're going to get 3DS remake of Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Is that right, John Cartwright?
Yes. And we'll also get a free-to-play Kirby game on the Nintendo Switch to promote the Switch Online service.
I guess that's a good like last thing to talk about. If there's a direct soon, what would you want to see in it?
I already said. So.
Space fight for sure.
I mean, John said what he wanted, not you.
I already said I want Kirby. A new Kirby. I said that last week. I probably said that every single week.
I think my biggest want for anything right now is that I don't think we'll get it, but I really want a Mario plus Rabbids too. But I don't know. I don't think we'll see that till like 2021.
Yeah, I do want to see that too.
I guess my like more basic thing is, God, for the love of God, just put Pikmin 3 on Switch already. Just do it already. Just do it.
Come on, Nintendo. It's been so long.
Join Smash Brothers already, Ralph.
Penelope.
And then Ralph just like flings out and like the chat like all bio like flies out. It's just that with Ralph instead.
I mean, that would have been a better trailer.
Yokai Watch 4 localization. I don't want to get into anything, but temper your expectations on a Yokai Watch 4 localization announcement for quite a while. From what I've heard behind the scenes, I don't think we're getting it for like quite a bit.
Remember when like people are like Jibanyan and Smash Brothers? How did the entire like any relevancy it had, at least in America, just completely crumble? Like by the time like the DLC started coming out.
I think it's just because they didn't promote Yokai Watch 3 that much at all. It wasn't in a single direct. Localization just stopped. The brand Twitter stopped right before Smash DLC really started. It just kind of was a storm of everything. And the series also has like kind of reached a dead point in Japan and right now. Like it's not dead, but like it's nowhere where it used to be. And Yokai Watch 3 also did not sell super well. Because from what I've heard, almost no one got physical copies. Like stores get like 2 physical copies of that game, and that's it, pretty much.
Wow.
It's unfortunate.
And I blame that a lot on Level 5, because I've heard their American division is a mess, because they don't treat them well. And Level 5 in Japan's making some awkward choices right now, to say the least, about the series.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also say, I guess back on direct stuff I would want. I do want 3D World on Switch, because I feel like that game didn't get a fair chance on Wii U, and I do think it deserves a second chance, to be honest.
Maybe like some new characters too, like maybe Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi.
Oh,
Yoshi, Daisy.
I think
of
that.
Oh,
go on.
What are we talking about? I tapped out.
3D World.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Talking about
3D World.
I think if 3D World comes to Switch, we're absolutely getting Toadette in it, because they already made the asset for her 3D World for Mario Maker 2, so like at this point, just put it in the actual game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how.
About Rosalina.
I don't know who else they'd add to like a 3D World port. It'd be cool to get like Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, or Yoshi, but I'm putting my expectations low for like it'll probably be Toadette at least.
Yeah, I kind of don't see them doing more than one new character,
and I think,
if any.
I think we'll probably get like a few extra levels too. I don't know what else to expect. It'll probably be like Toadette, a few extra levels, and like I don't know, maybe like I don't really know.
I was thinking about it's kind of somewhat related, but is it kind of weird that Wario is like one of the characters in Super Mario 64 DS?
That is weird because
I never realized that until I never thought about how weird that is.
Because we always associate Wario more with like his own series or spin-offs. He's not, because it's weird because he was introduced in a main game, but like now he's way more. It'd be like if like Donkey Kong was like playable in Mario Odyssey 2, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like looking at like I looked at like I was looking at a picture of the cake at the end of the game, and it's like Peach with Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Wario. It's like, why would she bake a cake with Wario on it? Get that? I would have told the disgusting man to leave. Like, get out of my castle. I know what you do to castles.
I will say, speaking of the main Mario gang, I do like the like Toadette has like slowly become like a member of like that main gang, because I think she's fun.
Yeah, she's really good. I think she's great.
I think it's better to have like Toadette than like a generic Toad most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, generic Toad with a hat. Uh-oh, the
You
word.
should give like the generic Toad, like a blue Toad glasses or something, like something from like the Galaxy
Just,
games. Like,
just give the Bob-omb a little hat. Would that be so hard?
Oh yeah, the Bank Toad. You're talking about the Bank Toad guy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like
oh yeah.
it could have like been like a Hank carryover from Galaxy.
Does anyone have any final direct wishes or thoughts before we end the show?
Show them Tyler White County at Family Feud.
I don't want to do that.
No. Put it up on the screen.
I don't want. Do I have to? Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to do everything? Why do I have to do everything?
Oh, this screen is just too pretty to ruin. I mean,
Fine, I'm doing this, then I'm ending our show forever. I'm canceling it.
This show is over.
hey, Heart fans.
God,
Have you put it up
I'm
yet?
putting it up. Calm yourself. All right, there it is.
Ba-da-ba.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything they want to say before we fucking end the show?
Alright, end of this question, Tyler White Academy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, this has been ready to start the podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm Rosa.
And I'm Renee.
Fucking god.
I'm Eddie, I guess.
Like a clock.
And I'm Marge. That's right. Stay tuned next time. I'll be here.